Ramdeen reports.
Relief efforts continued over the weekend as former sprinter Usain Bolt joined the push to get supplies into the Westmoreland Eastern constituency, still cut off and struggling after the recent hurricane.
That's what I've been saying to people, that we don't exactly know who wants what and from where they want it. So when people reach out to us now, we can actually buy stuff and then reach out to the minister of the area and try to get it to them and try to collaborate with them and get it there.
Bolt noted that after seeing the conditions himself, he plans to return with additional support.
I try to reach out as much corners of Jamaica as I possibly can. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard, but I'm going to try to do my best. And I'm working with a lot of my sponsors. Puma is giving a lot, you understand? The Red Stripe and all these people, everybody's trying to come together and really give back as much as possible and try to help. So there's a lot more to come. It's just to continue to figure out what the people need and where they need it, and just to come together with the different ministers and everybody else and collaborate and do the best that I can.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Eastern, Dr. Dayton Campbell, says he remains concerned about how care packages are being distributed. Dr. Campbell argues that the more populated areas are being prioritized, leaving residents in remote locations without adequate support.
Right, so I've put something in place to have a storage area in White House that you can pack from and then move to the inner areas, and I also have one in Darliston. But that has been the complaint, and it has been my complaint too, that when the assistance is coming, it's coming to the populated areas, but those more remote areas, the elderly, the shut-in, the disabled, those persons have not been reached, and so that's what we're trying to do now.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
Still in Westmoreland, 47-year-old Warren Furr, otherwise called Ben from the parish, turned himself in to the police on Friday. The Whithorn police say Furr was wanted in connection with a violent stabbing in Longwood in November. He has been charged with wounding with intent. Reports are that around 9 p.m. on Saturday, November 8, Furr and a 55-year-old carpenter were involved in a dispute in the community. During the altercation, it is alleged that Furr pulled a knife and stabbed the carpenter in his chest, resulting in a punctured lung. Residents assisted the injured man to the Savlamar Hospital, where he was admitted in critical condition, and the accused fled the scene. After days on the run, Furr reportedly turned himself into the police, accompanied by his lawyer. He has been charged and remains in police custody as investigations continue.
The West to give some assistance, and I'm telling you, the devastation there is great.
When Hurricane Melissa tore across Jamaica, it left behind a massive trail of destruction. In light of this, Charlotte Troop-Smith, a small business owner from Portland, gathered the supplies and made the long journey to community in the West, where some of the worst flooding and wind damage was recorded.
We gave aid, we gave food packages, we gave clothing, we gave out some snack packages for the kids. And last week, Tuesday, we went to Carisbrook in St. Elizabeth and did much of the same. Water, food packages, and tarpaulins and stuff like that.
Troop-Smith explained how she identified smaller, cut-off communities where traditional relief efforts had been slow.
What we did was I went on social media and I just observed, and there was a young miss that saw a post from her, and I realized that her area was cut off. I reached out to her and we've been in contact since. So I would know that I'll be going to that direct area, and I would know what her needs and the needs of the persons within our community are.
She outlined the urgent needs on the ground and the continued support residents say they will require in the weeks ahead.
So water, personal hygiene products, and she was saying that mind getting some hot meals, because most of the time when the persons who give the warm food, they don't reach their district. So that's what we're trying to do for the beginning of next month.
Charlotte Troop-Smith says she plans to return to Western Jamaica next month with a second round of support. Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Keep it off the books. That appeal from media veterans this evening following talks about the potential reinstatement of criminal libel. Critics are warning of the risks of criminal laws as they say civil laws are already being misused to target journalists. Details from Amoy Harriet.
This was Member of Parliament for St. James West Central and former Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs Marlene Malahoo Fort in Parliament last week. She posed the question to Gender Minister Olivia Grange.
Increasingly, data show that online bullying, harassment, stalking, and other forms of attacks include defamatory statements. Will the Minister consider reintroducing into Jamaican statute law criminal libel in this age of unregulated social media as one of the tools of protection?
Now, criminal libel is a crime in which a person publishes a statement that is considered defamatory and they can be charged or jailed for the offense. Criminal libel was abolished by the Defamation Act in 2013. Currently, a defamation lawsuit is treated as a civil matter.
When Jamaica abolished it in 2013, I think it was November of 2013, it was a big win for media across the region. And we felt that it was a step in the right direction. Jamaica was flying the flag. You all have flown the flag for access to information in the region, and I think you were doing that with the abolishment of criminal defamation.
Kiran Maharaj is president of the Media Institute of the Caribbean. She warns reinstating criminal libel could stymie the media profession.
Because you're going to go back to things like self-censorship. Journalists are going to avoid sensitive topics. We know that there was a case in Jamaica many years ago, but in other places in the world where you've had criminal defamation, governments and others have used it to actually stress the media entities financially to the point where some of them have had to close down.
It's why former Vice President of the Press Association of Jamaica, PAJ, Hilton Dennis, warns against the reintroduction of criminal laws, as he says civil laws are already being misused by those in power.
Because they have been used improperly to intimidate the press in particular. They have been used improperly to keep important information out of the public domain that should not be kept out of the public domain. And that's not really how we should proceed as a government. All right. The people that are served by their elected representatives have a right to transparency.
Ms. Maharaj contends attention should instead be given to strengthening the country's cybercrime laws.
I understand that there is a school of thought that says, listen, there are citizen journalists, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about journalists who belong to media houses, who are registered by law, and who are practicing their profession. And I really think that there are other ways to deal with it. I really think it needs to be dealt with from the perspective of cybercrime, because a lot of what is being done nowadays is being done online. And we need to strengthen the legislation that pertains to that space.
Amoy Harriet for CVM News.
Now in Trinidad and Tobago,